You have a story in the book from your childhood. When you were 12 years old, you traveled with your mom to South Africa. And while you were there, she was asked to leave a theme park because it was for white people only. Obviously, apartheid South Africa, the time, but how did she handle that?
So the story, you'll all have to get the book and read the story.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much away.
But the story is so profound because it really was one of the first times that I truly realized that my mother and I looked different. Like, I just assumed, we were mother and daughter. I looked like her. We would look in the mirror together, as mothers and daughters sometimes do, and you would compare, your whatever it was, your features. But this time, this person at the park didn't know who she was, and he didn't realize that she had this diplomatic status when we were in South Africa, and he asked her to leave, and so she just stood up and he took my hand and we went to walk out of the park, and I started saying to her, tell him who you are. Like, he doesn't understand. You need to tell him. Like, I was just really crying. I wanted her to experience. I had been going to the amusement park for the last few days without her. And she said, don't panic. God may not be there when you want him, but he's always on time. And as it turns out, the owner of the amusement park found out that she had been thrown out of the park and was very, very upset and embarrassed that she'd been thrown out of the park. So he said, if there's anything I can do, if you want tickets to the amusement park or whatever I can do for you, Miss Kitt, I'll make it up to you. And so she said, well, we're raising money to build these schools for the African children, so a donation would be wonderful. And my daughter would love tickets. We could come back. She'd like to bring some of her friends. So when we went back to the amusement park, my mother brought two children who were what were referred to as colored children, two black children, and myself. And my mother felt that this image right here in South Africa at that time made a greater statement than if she had made a scene in the moment. Wow.